Alright, this is my Lukka list. It's called Worlds Away. This list is incredibly powerful, so this will be a powerful deck, so here we go. Lukka Bound Ruin. He's a strong planeswalker, he's not completed, so you can play him for 2 less mana, or 1 less mana, and if you do, he gets 2 less loyalty. His +1 is add green and red. Spend this to only cast creatures or activate creatures. His -1, he creates a 3/3 that has Toxic 1. Toxic 1 means when he deals combat damage to a player, it leaves them behind a poison counter. And his -4 is you can divide damage as you choose from your strongest creature to creatures or planeswalkers. So let's say you got like a 12/12, you can split its damage to be like 4 to this creature, 4 to that planeswalker, and then 4 to another creature. Or you can even go like 4/4/2/2. It's a really strong minus. He's a really strong planeswalker because he can ramp you early, he can put out decent bodies, his 3/3s are decent, so here we go. Bloodlust Insider, target creature gains haste. Goblin Motivator, target creature gains haste until end turn. They're both the same card, they're just different creature types. Goldhound starts insane, first strike menace. Sacrifice Goldhound and have 1 mana of any color. He's a treasure. He's a treasure dog. Cold Warcaller. Choose a creature in the hand and perpetually gains haste. This is the arena variant of it because that D&D set is like arena change. Haywire Knight starts nuts. When it perishes, you gain 3 life. You can sacrifice it. Exile target non-creature artifact or enchantment. Excellent artifact or enchantment removal. Decent blocker for 1 mana to 1/2. That means this card is overbushed. It's cracked. It's really good. Elfish Mystic adds a mana. It's a mana dweeb. Golden Goose adds a mana at the cost of a food token. Can make food tokens. It's a mana dweeb. Has a 0/2 and it's a flying. Llanowar Elves, mana dweeb. Embrace Shieldbreaker, its first side and battle display pops an artifact. Its other side is just a 2/1 for 2. We play it because it can also hit artifacts, so it hits early mana rocks. Goblin Crater Maker can pop artifacts usually because it destroys target colorless non-land permanent, so that can even deal with Ugins. And he can deal 2 damage to a creature. Sprawling Goblin has Kicker. When you kick it, you enter the battlefield, you dig out a land. Basic land, place it in your hand, then shuffle. And you can sacrifice a land, draw a card. We play him because he ramps us. He's a 2/2, I felt like playing this and I really saw this card played, so I was like, yeah, I'm playing that. Torch Fiend, you can sacrifice him, pop an artifact. Jahira, Harper Emissary, has specialized. Expert from artifacts and enchantments. When you specialize her, she pops an artifact or enchantment, and the green side, she gives you 4 life, and then her red side gives something perpetually haste and 1 tap. Outlander Liberator, you can sacrifice a pop an artifact or enchantment. Daybound, Nightbound, when it swings and pops artifacts and enchantments, and it keeps the same sacrifice ability. So it's kind of like a mini Kova. Paradise Druid, mana dweeb, adds 1 mana of any color, but when she's untapped, she has hexproof, so usually she'll stick around and give you at least 1 mana. Scavenging Ooze, it's a 2/2, you play a green, exile a card from a graveyard. If it's a creature card, it gains 1/1. 1/1 counter, and you gain 1 life. Werewolf Pack Leader is a 3/3. When you attack with 6 power or more while it's attacking, you draw a card, and it can turn itself into a 5/4 or a 5/3, and it drops its human creature type. So it can almost satisfy its own draw ability. It always needs somebody to swing in with. This card's excellent, get it out early, you can start peeling new cards from your deck, what's not to love. Gremlin and Archomancer's card's done. Each spell you can cast that's red or green costs 1 less to cast. Card's excellent, it's ramp, it's simple ramp actually because you can cast multiple spells. Arcane Signet has a mana. It's a mana rock. Fabled Mirror Breaker creates a 2/2 that when he attacks, creates a treasure token. Second part, you may discard with the 2 cards. If you do, you draw that many cards as many as you discard it, and then it turns into Reflection Kiki Jiki, which can copy a creature. You can pay 1 tap and create a token that's a copy of a non-legendary. Another target non-legendary creature, sacrifice it at the end of the turn. Furious Rise starts sweet at the beginning of so you got a power 4 or greater. You can exile the top part of your library and kind of tuck it underneath Furious Rise, and you can play it for as long as it remains exiled underneath Furious Rise. What's interesting about this is the exile draw ability, but Furious Rise allows you to keep the card until you play it. So that's what I like about this card. It's a good card. It's only an uncommon. Definitely good at red. Some you may want to pick up from the old Theros set. The one old to arena, rather. Velvet Awakening, you can put any number of cards from your hand back into your library, shuffle them, and you draw that many +1 or it's a tough red source. Runes Uprising gives your whole team trample, and if you play it and you have a power 4 or greater, you draw a card. If you cast something with power 4 or greater, you draw a card. Growing Lights of Illamok, when you play it, you look at the top 4 cards of your library, you can grab a creature, put it in your hand. If you have 4 or more creatures, it transforms into a black Cradle of the Sun. This is Gaia's Cradle, except it can add a green by itself, so it's better. It adds a green for each creature you control, or it adds 1 green. Toenail, Eyes of Gaia, he can tap for 2 mana. You can only spend it to cast creatures. If you cast something with power, I think it's converted mana cost, power 5 or greater, power 5 or greater, he gains a 1/1 counter and you untap him. Vivian Champion of the Wilds, that's why this deck's called World Away, because Locke and Vivian and Hidden love each other in the Aquaria set, but she can cast creatures as though they have flash, and +1 gives them vigilance and tramp or reach, so she's good at could provide some flying blocking support. And her -2 is you look at the top 3 cards, exile one of them. If it's a creature, you may cast it as long as it remains exiled. And as long as you don't, you can cast your creatures as though they have flash, so they can all ambush block and stuff. She's just great. Dominating Arthur Bolus, he's good. He can have red or green, and they gain Riot, which means they can either, or no, it doesn't gain Riot. He has a red or green, and the creature spells that turn can't be countered. Creatures you control gain static 1 attack, and it's -2 two target creatures fight each other. So you target one of your creatures, target an opponent's creature, and they fight each other. It's removal. Excellent card. Chromatic Lantern, lands you control have 1, he omnifies your mana, and he's a mana rock, so all your lands tap for any color, and it taps for 1 mana. Chromatic Lantern does replicating ring, taps for 1 mana of any color. It gets counters. Once it hits 8, you make 8 of them. Skyblade Relic taps for a mana of any color. If you kick it, you get 3 Skyblade Relics, and they're all indestructible. Indestructible means it ignores destroy effects. Guardian Project, whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, you draw a card. So basically in Brawl, this means if you cast a non-token creature, you draw a card. Arlen Paxholt, her +1 is until end of turn. You can cast creatures as though they have flash, and they enter with an additional 1/1 counter on them. And her -3, she creates 2/2 wolves, and she can transform to Nightbound form. She can have it green and a red, and then until her 0 is she becomes a 5/5 wolf creature, werewolf creature with trample, indestructible, and haste. It is pretty strong. I mean, like the day and night cycle, that kind of just happens. If it happens, it's whatever. But she's mostly there because she causes our creatures to be able to be cast at flash speed, so we can cast creatures when our opponents are tapped out, down to Chaos Rare. His +1 is the one I was talking about before. It adds a red or a green, it gives the creature Riot. Riot means it either has haste, or it gives an additional 1/1 or 1+1+ counter. His -3 is you look at the top 4 cards of your library, you may grab up to 2 creatures from them, place it in your hand, shuffle the rest of the bottom of the library. His -8 is he constantly makes creature tokens at the end step of each turn, so not just yours. You create a 4/4 with trample. So his ultimate, his -8 can win you the game. Like, it really honestly can just straight up win you the game. Because eventually you'll just kind of keep flooding the board with creatures, probably have a body advantage on power and stuff. I mean, 4/4s with tramples are not anything to scoff at. That's quite big. Those are quite powerful cards. Goldsmith Dragon is a 4/4 with flying haste. When he attacks or becomes a target of a spell, you create a charging token. He makes charging tokens tap for 2 mana instead of 1. He hard to raise for his trample. When he attacks, you take a creature from your hand, put it into play tapped and attacking already. It doesn't get an attack trigger. Mind you, it enters the battlefield already attacking. And then he's got the Eternal effect where if he is popped, or if he gets exiled, you can shuffle him from the top of your from your graveyard, or exile him back into the top of your library from the top. Alright, Lukka, you can exile the top 3 cards of your library. Creatures exiled this way gain as long as you have a Lukka or a Lukka Planeswalker, you can cast them. His -2 is you exile target creature. Dig through your library until you hit a creature with greater mana value, and you can play that card for free. And then his -7, each creature you control deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. His ultimate, if you got like 3 decently sized creatures out, is probably gonna win you the game because you've been dealing damage by that point. So his ultimate's pretty irrelevant, it rarely ever happens, but if it does, it can win you the game, but it does require creatures. Terror of the Peaks has flying. Spells your opponent's cast target Terror of the Peaks costs an additional 3 life to cast. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you can deal damage equal to its power to any target. Tibble Wicked Tormentor, this card's nuts. Add 2 red, draft a card, and then you exile that card, you can play that until the end of turn. Tibble can deal 4 damage to the target creature or planeswalker, or unless its controller takes the 4 damage, and then he can create 1/1 devil tokens. If they take the damage, you can draw and discard a card too. So, you discard first, then you draw. It's called rummaging if you discard first. Looting is draw, discard, rummaging is discard, draw. Balter and Arsonist, Menace Haste, whenever Balter Arsonist attacks, deals 1 damage each up to 1 target creature, 1 target player, and/or 1 target planeswalker, so if you guys paint a bunch of stuff. Its werewolf side does the same thing, except it's bigger and it deals 2 damage instead of 1 for each target. Each target takes 2 instead of 1. The card's pretty nuts, it's kind of explosive if you really play around like non-creature damage. Mashaya, Soul of the Wild. Its power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control. It takes all non-token creatures and turns them into lands, which is kind of an interesting form of protection. Defiler Vigor, this is the best Defiler, has Trample. You can Phyrexianize green mana, which means you can pay 2 life instead of paying green for it. You can only Phyrexianize 1 green mana per spell, and whenever you cast a green spell, he gives your entire team 1/1 counters. This is easily the best Defiler. Elder Gargoyle has Vigilance for each trample. When he attacks or blocks, you choose 1. You can create a 3/3, gain 3 life, or draw a card. This card uses a value engine if it sticks around. God Eternal Ronas has Death Touch. Enters the battlefield, you double the power of each creature you control and give them Vigilance. And then he's got the Eternal effect where if he perishes or is put into exile from the battlefield, you may put it into his owner's library third from the top. That's the Eternal effect. This guy's just great. You can pop him down. You got about 3 or 4 creatures. Basically, it's kind of like a pseudo crater hoof. Silverback Elder, whenever you cast a creature spell, you choose 1. Pop an artifact or enchantment with the top 5 cards of your library. You will put a land from among them onto the battlefield tap with the rest of your bottom of your library, where you gain 4 life. Vivian Monster's Advocate, you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You can cast creature spells from the top of your library. She can create a 3/3 that you can either give Reach, Trample, or Vigilance to. You put a keyword counter on it, so if you have something to hold on to counters, that ends up being good. And then her minus is whenever you cast a creature, you dig through your library for a lesser mana value and place it into play. Vivian Reed, look at the top 4 cards of your library, you reveal a creature or land, put it in your hand, put the rest of the bottom of your library. Her -3 is pop an artifact enchantment or creature with flying, and her emblem is creatures you control gain 2/2 and have Vigilance, Trample, and Indestructible. Again, this deck you definitely want to add Doubling Season to it. I just never did. Workshop War Chief has Trample, and then when he enters the battlefield, he gains 3 life, and when he leaves the battlefield, he leaves behind a 4/4. Nikia the Old Ways. This is actually, we put Doubling Season in her place. Because Nikia, you can't cast non-creature spells, but she doubles your mana output. She's a very specific kind of creature. Like, she's for very specific kind of decks. Doubling Season just makes sense in this deck, because this deck has a lot of planeswalkers, but Doubling Season just doubles the amount of counters you put on anything. Anytime you put on counters, you just put twice as many on. Horse and Crash has Trample. When 1 or more creatures with Trample deal combat damage to a player, You create an XX trampler with X is as much damage as you dealt. A Tali Primal Storm, whenever he attacks, X out the top card of each play fighter, you can cast any of those cards. So you can't play lands, but you can cast all those cards for free. Rely Fury of Cool. Each creature that attacked this turn gets one attack for each time it attacks. And then Landfall, he gives you a second combat phase where you untap your creatures, they can all attack again. When you have him out, make sure you play your lands on your main phase 2, not your main phase 1. That's just the tip with this card. Because if he gives you the extra combat phase before your regular combat phase, you don't get 2 combat phases. He just grants you an additional combat phase, which that little granting effect gets burnt up. So keep that in mind. Sunbird's indication is whenever you cast a spell from your hand, you dig through your library for as much that spell's mana value is, and you can cast a creature with the same mana value or not a creature, just a card with the same mana value or less. So if you cast an 8 cost spell, you dig 8 deep, grab any of the spells from there, one of them that's like 8 or less, and you play it for free. The Everblood Caretaker has hexproof, and at the start of combat, she can give 2 1/1 counters to something. When she turns into a wearable size, she gives your whole team hexproof and provides 2 1/1 counters to your whole team each combat. Colo, when he enters the battlefield, he fights a creature, can rescue a human by bouncing a human back into your hand to give himself indestructible, and when he swings, he pops artifacts and enchantments. Primeval Bounty is when you play a land, you gain 3 life. When you cast a creature, you make a 3/3 creature. When you cast a non-creature, non-land card, you put 3 1/1 counters on a creature you control. Tali Primal Conqueror, when he enters the battlefield, each player exiles cards from the top of the library until they exile a non-land card. You can play all those cards, and then you can transform them into a Primal Sickness, Trample Indestructible. Then whenever he deals combat damage to a player, for as much damage as he did, you put that much poison counters on him, so he's a win condition as well. The card's absolutely nuts. Old Nobble's effect is whenever your creatures deal damage, you get that much treasure tokens, 2 players, when they deal damage to players. So if you deal 14 damage, you get 14 treasure tokens. Titan of Industry, when he comes down, you choose 2, pop an artifact or enchantment, gain 5 life, make a 4/4, put a shield counter on something. Vorplex Ways of Hunger, when you tap your mana, it taps for double. When your opponents tap their lands for mana, they tap down for 2 turns instead of just 1. Great Henge, it costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power of most creatures it controls. Gives you 2 green, taps for 2 life as well, and whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, you put a 1/1 counter on. Delta Primal Hunger, costs X less to cast, where X is the total power of your board, is 12 with Trample.
Alright, this is up against Neutrino Star. They're playing Azekot of Deepest Betrayal. We win this one. Match length 4 minutes and 48 seconds. Here we go. This is an excellent starting hand. So we definitely keep this. That mulligan was definitely worth it. We got 2 mana dweebs. That's what we want to see. We got 4 lands, 2 mana dweebs, and a planeswalker that can generate us creatures. We're feeling fine over here. Go ahead and play Elvish Mystic. Just a mana dweeb. We can tap it, add 1 green mana. We'll see a lot of the wins and a lot of the games in this video are wins, because this is a very strong deck. So if you're going to copy one of my decks, one of my better decks, like card for card, definitely pick this one. This deck is very, very strong. You can swap a few things around here and there and make it your generic Atali list, but because it does have Atali in it, he's in the 99 rather than the command zone, but you know. We go ahead and play a land here. We go ahead and start off with Tibalt. They hit us with Pilfer, which cherry pick discards. We go ahead and do Tibalt's effect, which he can make you just a bunch of devils, is what you get out of him. And he gives you 2 red mana, so we go ahead and play Obel Fiend here. Obel Fiend's a 2/1, it's like you can sacrifice creatures and give it a 1/1 counter. And it's got trample, so eventually it starts building up and gets big. We have to play our commander here. Full mana, so it's a 5/5, or it comes down as a 5 loyalty. Make the beast. We go ahead and draft our card. We get 2 red mana. Get to see. We find another Hobble Fiend. Excellent. One of the better picks. Again, like I said, he can sacrifice creatures with his ability, and you can put a 1/1 counter on him. There's some pretty good stuff in there. The best card, I think, out of Tybalt's whole spellbook is it's Hellrider, is what it's called. It's whenever you attack all of the creatures that you're attacking with, you count that many creatures and you deal that much damage to the player or planeswalkers you're attacking. So that's definitely like the best card that you get out of him. There's a few other good cards that you can get out of him as well. We go ahead and we're thinking here because we want to try and get rid of that Shieldred. We go ahead and just draft here. We get Hellrider right there. Spiteful Prankster is really good too, because Spiteful Prankster, he gets first strike as long as it's your turn, and when creatures perish, they can we're thinking about minusing 4 here, but we just wait. And we think about playing the land. But we have to actually just play the Hellrider for free, basically without tapping lands, because we generated 4 mana. And you'll see Hellrider go off here. So we deal 3 to them, because we have 3 creatures attacking. And he's got haste too, he's a 3/3 with haste. Hellrider's an insanely good card. They have to just take it, which makes sense, because their Shieldred is going to gain them back a bit of life. We have to just say go. We're thinking about hitting him with Shadow Skull Smashing. We don't have enough mana, though, to pop the Shieldred and send it to the graveyard via damage. And they quit here, so good game, opponent. Well played. Seems like a life quit. But we definitely had that one in the bag. So good game. And on to the next one. I cut this a bit weird. So, yeah, forgive me for this extra long victory screen. You can go ahead and skip it ahead about 5 seconds. I cut this one a bit weird. I didn't cut it down nearly as short as I usually do them. I'm looking up, I think, something on my computer there. That's the face of me looking something up on Google. But yeah, this is a victory. Like I said, if you're going to copy any of my lists, you should copy this one. This one's really good. So.
Alright, this is up against the high ground. He actually loses this one. This one's against Rift. I'll probably play him in one of my next list. He's got flying or other dragons you control at war 2. And then whenever an opponent's creature or planeswalker perishes that turn and has dealt excess damage, you create a 4/4 flying dragon. This card's excellent. I'm probably playing it next. So stay tuned. Within like a week, I'm definitely going to play a Rift list. When I release this, I'm going to definitely play a Rift list. It's very, very powerful. I used to have an old one, I broke it down. But I expect it to be strong. My old Rift list was heck strong. I mean, he's 9, which means he's red, green, and white, so. He had boo-boo amounts of removal. He's a really excellent commander. Like, honestly, he's definitely one of the stronger commanders in general, especially amongst 3 colors. Because you get to play both modes with removal. They play that Blade of War, that card's actually pretty sweet. Because immediately right away, you get to get a 2/2 out of it because it has the 4 Rodent mechanic, which automatically makes a 2/2 that's equipped to it. So, we go ahead and think here. We begrudgingly throw away Sunburn's Invocation. Well, no. We get rid of Corporal Warcaller instead. Then we can pop the War Whip because he's got double strike. So, we send him. Our opponent blocks here, which is exactly what we wanted. And we go ahead and exile Corporal Warcaller. Go ahead and make him a 3/3 gaining life. Say go. Seems like we're in a strong position here, but they end up getting ahead of us eventually. You'll see it. Yeah, Rift's cool. Rift's cool because he's if you like to play dragons, I don't have a lot of the dragons, but if you like to play dragons, he's actually a really great dragons commander too. Because most of the dragons are red. I think dragons are really good though. For every like 1 or 2 good dragons you have about 4 or 5 of them that are really lackluster. We're really starting to like fall behind on mana here. Like we have mana, but we don't have red mana, and that's what's really kind of getting us. So we're forced to field the root here just basically for red mana. That's basically why we're doing this. Because we have to get red mana here. So grab a red source here. So we actually have one. I got Megatron sleeves. They had a sale on the Transformer sleeves. I got them a long time ago. I got like about 8 to 10 different Transformer sleeves. Luckily, comes with a link tab. I can play Gold down. Gives haste and it gets one attack perpetually. So we send one, or send that in their direction. Say go. It's got first strike menace, haste. Goldhound's a really strong card though. Probably one of the stronger commons. And pass while they play Riv. He's big too. He's 5/5 with Ward 2. Ward 2 means he basically costs an extra 2 mana to target, so. Otherwise the spell fizzles. Because it automatically gets countered. Go ahead and play the Violent Vigor here. Sacrificing our Goldhound. Which hopefully with our Defiler, we can not only recognize our mana on the green side. We're thinking here we'll have to hold back. No, actually we send them. We send them. Full send. We go ahead and get rid of our hero. This is like an equipment slash champion list that they got going on here. That's definitely one way you can go with Riv. I went with the Riv list I'm going to show you will definitely be removal based. I had a removal based one that had about 25 forms of removal, so. They play Red Dragon here, deals 4 damage to each opponent, that's not terrible. Most of those dragons from that set, they're a bit lackluster. That one's actually not terrible, honestly. It's a bit expensive at 6 mana. You'll probably see that as a curve topper in one of my more popular lists, my kitchen table list. So stay tuned for those as well, because I got to put the edited video up, but it will come. Because I'm starting to do these kitchen table lists, what I would call them. They're basically lists that you play against your friends when you don't want to play against all the strong stuff. They're not, I'm going to stop the ladder with them, expecting them to lose because they're going to purposely be weak decks. But they're going to kind of be inspiration for newer players if you guys kind of play private with your friends. And you kind of just want to play something that's not crazy, they're going to be excellent inspiration for that. Expecting them not have too many rares or mythics or let alone any like just ultra good stuff cards. They get us here with Leyline Binding. That card reads it can capture a unit, or capture one of our permanents, non-land permanents. And it costs less for each basic land type you have, so at 3 colors or more, it's pretty good. It's not really that great, 2 colors or less, but once you're about 3 colors or more, so you got 3 basic land types like Mountain Forest, Plains that they got going on over there because of Naya, then it actually makes sense to play that card. It's also a flash too. It's making quite a stir of Modern because you'll have less like the cast it for 1 mana. Which is a big deal. They go ahead and block it. They pretty much have to. They only got 4 health left, so they gotta be careful. But yeah, we'll definitely put Red Dragon on one of our kitchen table list. They have Fleetfooted Dancer. This card's actually pretty sweet, Trample Lifelink Ace. It's actually pretty tight. Planar Disruption. That causes our creature not to be able to attack or block. And its activated abilities can't be activated. It's a pacifism effect, it's like a super pacifism. It's an apathy effect, is what it's called, because there's an old blue card that does the same thing, it's called apathy. We go ahead and luckily our commander can kind of somewhat rescue us here. We unfortunately can't take out both of their creatures. Because the shy is only a 7/7, unfortunately, instead of being an 8/8. But it is what it is. Yeah, let's put a dancer pretty sweet though. Maybe put him in as a rare in one of our, like I said, our kitchen table list where we're not trying to play best in slot cards. We'll obviously have a few rares in the deck, but it's mostly going to be like something you pick up from like Walmart for like 15, 20 bucks. It's kind of like the goal of the list. They go ahead and equip. They're dragging up, send 11 in our direction. We're in pretty bad shape here. If we got one of our many enchantment removals in the list, we probably would have been fine. Unfortunately, we just pulled land. Founder's Enclave, our last hope. Nothing. So we end up losing here. Play our elf. Play favorable here, break, quit. Good game, opponent. Well played. They got us.
Alright, this is a win. It's up against Claw. Starting hands alright. If we end up with like a mandatory or two in a red source, will be alright. But we keep it because we have 3 lands. And then with our red source, we'll move back. Clay gets a check land and sees if we have a moon or forest to play. And if it does, then it comes in play untapped. That's all for the Addison's program. He's a mandatory, except he's a green card that taps for white. And I equip Master's Tower. We end up getting lucky with a Greta. Master's Tower is lifelink and death touch. Master's Tower is a really good equip. They play Addison. Lupinelli's light. You can cast Auras and equipment through your graveyard with her. She has Vision, Trample, and Lifelink. She's a good card. She's a really good card. We go ahead and jam our Gargoth here. Rhino. His ability triggers, so he has a 34 with no keywords, but he has a 34 and untaps himself. We have not to attack because they have Death Touch on their Addison's program, so we're kind of leery of that, so we hang back. Because remember, Granite gives us 2 mana, but you can only use it for creatures and to activate creatures. We go ahead and tap 2 here to re-equip Master's Tower to Addison. But she already has lifelink, but then she needs Death Touch, so she's incredibly dangerous right now. She has lifelink, Death Touch, First Strike, Trample, which is incredibly dangerous. Like, that requires basically removal to deal with. I have to make it less suffer. I made one already before, but they work out quite as well as I'd like it to. We can't swing into this favorably. Because she has First Strike, so right, First Strike and Death Touch basically makes the creature like a huge wall. Because they have First Strike, do 1 point of Death Touch damage and instantly KO the creature that they hit, so we swing, because we still get his effect off anyways, we draw a card here. But he's definitely getting eaten up by a Danitha. So go ahead and tap their guy here for white. They give Danitha hexproof and indestructible with Lorwyn's Escape or whatever. It's a Lord of the Rings card. I guess it doesn't have First Strike. But it did. With only a Vision, Trample, and Lifelink. Because the other Danitha has First Strike. Yes, this one doesn't. So but yeah, really, next list will be with that Danitha. That'll be a strong list because she's a really strong commander. Like I said, my weaker list, I'm going to make sure the commander is weak too. It's not just going to be like, oh, a strong commander, we're just playing suboptimal cards. Like, no, we're playing a weak commander, weak cards. The deck is going to be just good old kitchen table magic. But old magic that you just like, I want my games actually last a little bit. I don't want to see any really absurd cards, so I'm going to play the Valkyrie directly as a land. But E-Hard plays me Big Dad. Well, I roll it for his all in his pig. We do not think we just pig. Alright, we got a 4-4-2 trample. All we know is big. With E-Hard. All we know is big. So I made the historic list with him. I'm going to get another 4-4 here because it calls for Crasher. It's one of my favorite cards from my career ever. I love cards with Crasher. It's just one of my favorite cards, period. Honestly. Just makes trample buddies. Can keep spiraling out of control as long as you have enough trample on your list. My trample buddies. It's a really reasonable card. So we have some cards, a 5-5. It's not a creature unless your devotion to rate is 5 or greater. And whenever you gain life, you put rolling counters on creatures. They sent down a third direction. We'll go ahead and black here with our 4-4. They probably got a protection spell because the green and white's littered with them nowadays. And they put on the rolling counter. They gain life. So they put a rolling counter on it. We'll go ahead and gobble up Elder because we don't have any graveyard recursion. We don't have any recursion in this deck. Now we need Alchemy, so it's a little bit unfortunate. But we get Sunbird's Invocation out. Feeling fine. Send E-Hard. Send Quartzwood. They cannot survive either one of those creatures because they're both 6/6s and she's a 6/6, so they only have no mana, so she will perish with this. They have not to black, which is pretty crazy. They take 12 here. So we make a 12/12, that's a delta. Straight up, just from our Crimson Crasher, so Sunrise goes off, we find 2 cards on Mountain or 5 drops, we can't play them. So Sunrise only works from hand, so it's a decent rare, but it's not unfair because it only works from hand. And it's 6 mana, it's a 6 mana enchantment, so it does nothing for 1 turn, so it's a fair card in my opinion. It's about the only free casting card that I can actually tolerate. Because it's very fair, because it requires, a turn or 2 of playing the game to actually start going off. Like you get at least a turn, usually if you play Sunrise Invocation, your opponent gets a turn or 2 to actually deal with it. They go ahead and turn a 12/12 into a trainer token. Which is so bad for, but it is what it is. They go ahead and send a 10/10 our direction. That's pretty scary. Bam, and then they gain 10 life. We'll take one of the ropes here. And they have to switch the color off. Because you can only equip it. It's sorcery speed, not instant speed. I play Growth Uprising here. It only adds 3 mana, but an Alchemy makes it cost 2. And when it comes into play, it's going to draw us a card. I'm going to play Torchfiend here. Torchfiend can be sacrificed to pop an artifact. Draw a card because we already have a power 4 layer on the board. Collisions, they cost 7 mana. Excellent. Actually, it costs 9. Excuse me, so we can dig 9 deep and grab a creature, or a card, rather, that costs 9 or less. Grab an Everbrook Caretaker here. Sweet. Draws us a card, because she does have 4 more power. Excellent. We're starting to kind of go off here. Again, like I said, if you're gonna top man in my list for a beat 'em, this would probably be the one. I list I've made thus far, this is arguably the strongest list I've shown you guys. As I made my Hitachi Coyote list, and there might be another list or two that might be equal to it, but probably not stronger than it. This list is crazy. We'll go ahead and pop the Hydra's growth here, because that keeps making our guy like way too freaking big. So, gets popped. Get wrecked, scrub. Pop the bastards, tower, sick of the death touch, see you later. Then we save our scavenging ooze. We ooze away a touch, fiend. We just send some counters. Make them bigger, gang, we're dancing. Yeah, they can't handle that. We have no attacks. Not the deal. Not Canada. Yeah, she can recast enchantments too. Aura's enchantment, so she can recast her Midas containment. Takes out our guy. So he does that once per turn there, so gotta make a choice. This is Prisons of Dawn. She can make elves. No, she can make 1/1 elves. I think they should have probably put that on there at 1/1. Because you have to tap to make the elves. Black and black here, she has 11/11, but we are blacking with 12 total. So we're losing pretty much everybody. They have to give us our E-Hard. They'll actually get rid of E-Hard. Keep the Anarchomancer, which I guess is a play. I mean, I probably would have let us keep the 4/4 token. So Anarchomancer making everything cost 1 less, that can end up after a while, but I guess for such big mana, it doesn't really matter anyways. Furious Rise. We may have screwed up here. Yeah, we're probably screwed up here. Hindsight's 23 though, so it doesn't matter. We make up for it though, we got Delta. So, we obviously take Delta here. We're just kind of like jamming cards with a few options. Delta, we can play pretty much anything for free. So yeah, we slammed her in the picks. Draw a card. Delta. Then something for 12. Draw 3 cards. Hit it for 13, because that actually boosts because it has the rolling counter. I didn't realize that would take effect like that. Grab the Grull Lukka Bound. Play that for free. Grab a creature. They just scope the damn call. Well played.
Alright, this is up against Tad Perry. This one's a quick one. It's a win. We all go up against Aboya, Dreaming Duelist. She's like a fairy payoff. It's like whenever you play a fairy, you drain for 1. She's pretty modest. Go ahead and got an excellent start here. Anarchomancer comes down. Makes everything 1 less. Besides Galta makes it 3 less because he's got 2 power, and then Galta also gives him -1 to its mana cost, so it actually costs 3 less. Go ahead and play our Arcane Signet. And then we go ahead and play our Gwenna. You gotta stop something now. They go ahead and flash in their commander. We're not scared. We send them. Send 2 their direction. Would have traded with the commander, they ought not to. Because remember, whenever they play a fairy, they drain for 1. This this commander is very tame, honestly. They're just playing some sort of Dimir, maybe Dimir Flyers or something. Alright. Gonna play Mountain. Play Cobra here. Cobra comes down, ready to pound. Smacks him, gets him gone. Galta comes down. Sends 6 their direction. It's not looking good. We already have lethal on board and it's turn 4. So they gotta be careful. And they just scoop. So good game. Thanks for playing. Alright, there's the mean Mr. Grinch. He only stands about a foot high, but I promise you he's mean, so click the buttons. Have a wonderful day.